Yes, good morning, Maxie. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. You had to cool your jets over the weekend while you watched a bunch of the other clubs roll around. How hard's that to just sit there and wait while the season's already underway?
It was different. Still, the F1 was a week earlier than what it normally is as well. So to be able to watch the F1 rather than focusing on playing, that's the first time I've actually had that. So was able to go down to the F1 on Friday, even though I said I wasn't going to go on air. Just always keeping people guessing.
Yeah, you really did. You told me you weren't.
But no, there was certainly some good brand of football being played, particularly on the Thursday and Friday nights from Gold Coast and
the
Swans.
Gold Coast, the most ominous hit out of the week.
Yeah, I strongly believe that the hardest road trip in football is Gold Coast and Gold Coast, particularly in the first half of the year when it's still hot and humid. So I don't think look too far into Geelong with that performance, because that's hard. They're going to bank every win they do, especially in the first half of the year up north.
Just too slippery. That's just.
Yeah, and even watching Sydney Carlton, we played that Sydney round zero game in 23. I think when was opening round starting? Was that 2023? Yeah, we played that game, and that was the hottest and humid game I played for the year. So that I'm sure people were watching the Sydney Carlton first quarter, but there was drop marks left, right, and centre.
But Tracc and Oliver both had very good games. Discuss.
Haven't seen that in the press yet.
Bullshit, Max.
No, look, I'm happy for them. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm all in on Melbourne, and those two boys don't play for Melbourne, so it's good to see Tracc out there smiling. It was fun to watch Tracc smile and play a great brand of football. And at half time, I was happy for him. By the end of it, I'm like, geez, he's getting really good numbers here. And Clayton, when he kicked the goal, was pretty special as well. But in the end, it doesn't really do anything for me this year.
Clayton did say that the standards were better at GWS.
Have I heard that? I'm not sure if I've heard that. It came across my desk that maybe he might have said a few things. I think Clayton, when he gets put a mark in front of him, can always say some good stuff.
Yeah.
But once again, I don't really care what Clayton says. We've been texting throughout the whole week, but I'm bullish on what we can do this year, so I'm not really focusing on what he says about us.
Yeah, it must sting a little bit. Like he basically, he was asked in the post game about his preseason, and he said he was fat when he got there, but the standard of the playing group turned it around pretty quickly. We're all human, Maxie, and you're a premiership teammate of him. Surely, when you hear those comments, it must piss you off a little bit.
The standard must have been pretty good when he was a 4-time All-Australian, 3-time Best and Fairest winner, and a premiership player.
Yeah. There he goes.
So we had a relatively good standard for a while there. No, look, that answer was a bit of cheek. I actually, to be honest, Clayton can say whatever he wants.
It does.
And does, and it certainly doesn't affect where I'm going this year.
Can he win the Brownlow?
Actually, I would love him to win the Brownlow. And I've said this on air, I think, on the show. I'll be the first one there supporting him.
Maxie, you sit around, you watch the opening round games. What do you make of the Ruck rule? Now we've got a little bit more of a sample size. You sit there, do you watch the games, or do you watch the ruckman and think about what I'm doing in that situation?
I watched the first 3 games. I definitely watched. So my weekend got a bit busier for the last 2, but the first 3 I watched, and there wasn't actually any blowing of the whistle as much as I thought there'd be, which means I think they're letting a few things go. Which again, it's not in the rules. We're going to let these go, but it sounds like that's what's going to happen. There could be a moment where they don't let them go, and one of the rucks gets caught out of the critical moment, but. And then I'll watch Darcy Cameron v Tom De Koning today at training, just because I've got Tom De Koning coming up. So I'll get a bit more of I think Darcy Cameron may have given 2 or 3 away in that Saints-Collingwood game. So they're the ones I'll probably have to watch.
Well, if Melbourne ever get a chance to play in the next 3 weeks, you'll be able to test it out for yourselves.
We are the last team.
Is this a ludicrous way to open a season? I've just got to put it out there. No one knows. The teams won't have played the same number of games till round 6. You're playing round 1 next Sunday. Teams will have played twice.
Well,
before you.
Gold Coast are playing straight after us,
I
so
don't
there's teams that will
understand.
play twice by the time we.
Yeah, no, we're the
Shoot
last
a
team.
shot
We're the
and
last
go.
team of round 1, I think. So most teams will be on 2 before we're even on 1.
Carlton could have lost 2 games before you.
They could have sacked their
Play-
coach before you.
I put it to you right here, right now. If Carlton lose to Richmond, coach is gone.
I'm not involved in this conversation.
Yes, you are.
You're not here.
Yes,
left.
you
You've
are.
left the building.
You said us. You said us.
I've got strong views on this.
The building. Oh, boo to you.
Melbourne
Ta-
membership day today, though. That's
It is
good
Melbourne
news.
membership day.
Yeah.
I think you can get a 10-game flexi for $100. Is that right, Titus?
That is correct, Max. Well done. Just go to melbournefc.com.au
10
to grab
games,
your
that'll
membership.
take 2 years. the way the draws
You've still got
currently
another week. You can
fixated.
still buy it.
Yeah, you got another 3 weeks
We
before
are
you
Sunday
need to.
games as well, so I think we'll be always behind the 8 ball in terms of the ladder when you're looking at it.
Well, what about the AFL have loaded up again on Carlton? I think they've got 5 Thursday or Friday night games in the first 7 weeks. Like, why do you keep backing
When
this
will
horse?
they ever learn
Why-
this?
They haven't backed us. I think we got 5 110 Sundays to start off the year.
Yeah, no,
So we're quite the opposite.
Richmond are now the 3:20 Sunday specialists.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're actually great games to play in. I just think
Are
they're,
they? You like those
they're
ones?
just watched a bit less.
Why do you like them?
This is a little tidbit. The red footies use red footies before 2:30 p.m. Kickoffs.
Yeah.
So the 110 is pretty much the only game, and a 1:45 on a Saturday where you use red footies, and red footies are the best.
Yeah.
Yellow footies are a bit slippery.
How old are you?
Okay.
You're like 8 years old or something.
real.
Are you? Like you want to play with a red footy.
I want to play for red footy.
The red ones
footies
go
are great.
faster.
Yeah, red goes fast.
What was the biggest story out of the week, do you reckon?
I mean, Brisbane losing 3 to Tribunal is a relatively
Yeah.
big story, particularly with Charlie Curnow this week, and 2 of those guys are their defenders.
So they're appealing those, two
we'll see,
of them.
We'll see how that plays out.
What did you make of the Harris Andrews one, Max? I reckon this is a really interesting one. So if you look at the vision, he's not looking when he at the player when he swings his arm
It's
back.
a big
So
swinging arm.
it's a big swinging arm. But do you think, Max, do you agree with 3 weeks for that, or do you think if? To me, it looked like there was a part of a sort of a shepherding motion as well. Do you reckon he's unlucky, or do you reckon that's where the game needs to be, that you get 3 weeks for something like that?
I'm now regretting bringing this up. I did that out of my own will, which is very silly.
Mate, that's why we get you in here.
No, I don't understand at all how they get to their weeks. So I'm not going to comment on how many weeks it should be, but I certainly think you got a duty of care. So I would think that I'd be in trouble if I was swinging my arm around like that at some point. But it's a duty of care. He's very unlucky, but I don't know what the answer of the weeks is. I don't know where they get that formula from.
Did you see his $1 million kick?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It come acroos my desk, the algorithms. I saw.
What'd you think, Max? What'd you think?
I thought you could have made it a little bit harder for $1 million.
And he went with the RMs instead of the boots.
Went
last
for the
minute
RMs,
decision.
you were banging the drum. There was a real big Nick Rewalt going on.
We haven't even got to the banging the drum yet.
Oh, my God.
I forgot there was a game of football on. Good on you,
There's a
Max.
lot going on.
See you
Thanks,
later in the
guys.
week. Mick in the morning, Triple M.